A recent headline declared, Duchess of Sussex loses her 10th publicist, and the internet instantly turned into a stadium full of self-appointed HR experts armed with opinions and metaphors. Scrolling through the Telegraph comment section, you find everything from witty one-liners to dramatic moral lectures, each as predictable as they are entertaining. Let's start with the most striking detail: 10 publicists in 5 years. That number practically writes its own joke. It's neat, viral, and perfect for endless debates about Meghan's leadership style, workplace culture, or whether her office coffee machine brews caffeine or existential dread. One commenter even compared it to a half-life, quipping that the average employee for the Duchess lasts 6 months before meltdown. It's harsh, sure, but it captures the thread's mix of amusement and schadenfreude. Then come the procedural critics. Why do they even need publicists, one asks. It's a fair question, especially for a couple whose public image revolves around wanting privacy. Yet the Sussex brand continues to roll out podcasts, Netflix shows, and surprise book launches. Cue the collective online eye roll. It's the familiar privacy by press release paradox, declaring a wish to be left alone while releasing multi-part documentaries about your life. Others offered more charitable explanations for the turnover. Some argued that the hires are project-based, short-term roles for specific media campaigns. It's a logical defense and neat PR spin. But many readers weren't buying it. They speculated about clout chasing, strict NDAs, or burnout. One commenter joked that staff take the Sussex job just long enough to build connections, then vanish once their contact list runs dry. It's cynical but fits the internet's preferred logic: high-profile employers, short contracts, and a quick exit when the shine fades. Then there's the moral outrage, a whole subsection of comments dripping with righteous energy. Many declared, you knew what you were signing up for. These responses weren't thoughtful analyses, they were emotional outbursts, part moral judgment, part performance. The internet loves a headline almost as much as it loves a scapegoat. Another recurring observation: why are these hires and departures even made public? Each announcement gives critics new material. In the past, you might have had to scroll through LinkedIn to spot staff changes. Now, every PR appointment is a press release, and every resignation a data point for gossip. Depending on your perspective, this could be bold transparency or a strategic blunder. Either fans get to applaud the team or critics get to tally the turnover like a scoreboard. Naturally, talk of NDAs pops up in nearly every thread. Commenters assume non-disclosure agreements keep former employees silent, which only deepens public curiosity. The secrecy invites speculation, and speculation becomes content. Combine high turnover with tight control, and you've got the perfect breeding ground for rumors. In the absence of real information, the public fills in the blanks, with theories ranging from toxic workplace to brand burnout. A few practical voices tried to steer the discussion back to reality. How do ex-staff explain this on their resumes? Someone wondered. The consensus: they choose their words carefully, and most recruiters move on. Working for the Sussexes doesn't ruin careers, it just adds a complicated line on your LinkedIn. But commenters love imagining that awkward job interview moment when a candidate says, "Yes, I worked for the Sussexes," and waits for the recruiter's reaction: sympathy, intrigue, or silent judgment. And then there's the larger, more philosophical takeaway. When you build a brand around authenticity and a simpler life, every staffing issue becomes part of your story. Every resignation, every press release becomes a reflection of the image you've crafted. If you rely on tightly controlled messaging and NDAs to maintain your narrative, then even small cracks look significant. Dissenters don't need to speak. Silence itself fuels the myth. So what's the real lesson here? Headlines like 10th publicist quits serve two purposes. On the surface, they report a fact about employee turnover. But beneath that, they invite the public to fill in the blanks, to speculate, to moralize, to invent a narrative. That's how modern media works. One piece of data, a headline, and a chorus of online commentators building entire storylines from fragments. In the end, the result isn't necessarily truth, it's spectacle. And spectacle spreads faster than facts. The Telegraph provided the statistic, but the internet turned it into a saga. One side says, 10 publicists. The other replies, perfect, now let's write the sequel.